I don't normally nitpick on translations. I am not the first person to kind of scream at the top of my lungs going, oh my gosh, Crunchyroll messed up a translation or something. But after finishing episode 59 of ReZero and doing my whole impressions video on it, getting super excited about something that was teased there, I post my video. I have a power outage. That's why I'm posting this so late. But I got a bunch of comments from people saying, wait, what you watched isn't what I seen. Like, where did you get these subtitles? Where did you get this translation? That's not what that was said there. And yes, sure enough, when I go look online, I'm seeing a couple other people that are mentioning this, and I'm like, wait, did I get something wrong here? I'm pretty darn sure vocally Roy said brother. But apparently, whoever translated for Crunchyroll didn't think that. And sure enough, I got a couple people that were actually confirming that, yes, Crunchyroll messed up something here. During this scene, yeah, he actually says brother. He vocally says brother right here. And unfortunately, for some reason, in the Crunchyroll translation, they didn't want to put that. And so it's a little bit concerning there because there's a lot of deep context within what I'm speculating right now. Again, this is purely anime only, what I'm speculating here, based on what he vocally said, that unfortunately Crunchyroll's translator did not translate. He's speaking like Joshua. That's my prediction right now. That if you have Julius is up against the Archbishop of Gluttony, and he literally goes, you are exactly as I imagined, splendid, doesn't tell me much and why Julius is suddenly getting excited. But again, in the Asian release of it that I watched, because I had to watch it earlier in order to do my video and everything like that, and they released it earlier, and apparently they have much better translations, it says, it's wonderful how true to form you are, Lord Brother, Anisama. He's calling Julius brother. That seems pretty damn important, and it explains why Julius is a little shocked there. Yes, for those that forget, we had this little brief introduction of Joshua, Julius's brother. He's really into his brother. He's really into him. So it makes perfect sense to me that if possibly the Archbishop of Gluttony is able to consume people and see their memories, or at least tap into their personalities, he would say something like this. This is giving me as an anime only the perspective here that I think that he has consumed Joshua, and he's now being awestruck by his brother doing a cool attack. It's wonderful how true to form you are, Lord Brother. By all indications before now, Julius has never met this guy. So I can understand that it's that whole lingo thing, what's up, bro? This could be his personality. I've never heard him say brother before. Usually when you have a character that has a what's up, brother type of personality, they say all the time. And we've seen him interact with Subaru and other individuals before now. And he's never said brother. But now in front of Julius, he's calling him brother. I don't know why Crunchyroll's translator would not see that's important. Now, I do get how it could be lost, and I really hope this is not the case, is that yes, if you were to put, like this individual has here, if you were to actually take this and put this into Google Translate, in a lot of cases, it will remove brother from the context because it's not necessary. It's extra fluff. It's basically given an indication of who the person is talking to. So and I hope this isn't the case, you could technically say that somebody could have taken this Japanese text from the script and thrown it into a translator, and sometimes the translator will remove the concept of brother out of there, and thus it will only say that. And that's a little bit concerning, that there's a possibility that somebody is doing that, that's translating for this show. Again, I only say that as a concern because there has been indication in the past this person's literally making a joke out of it. Mistranslation roulette once again. I have seen several posts in the past, and it's mainly because a lot of people have a lot of passion for ReZero that they're going to spot these things a lot. There's been signs in the past of whoever's working on this project, I don't know if it's the same person that has worked on it before, of messing up these translations. And so it does have me personally concerned in the future if this is going to be the case again. It does look like, and again, based on my own experience, the release that I'm getting from Muse, their translation is much more on spot. And so I'm less concerned for whenever I watch the show, but it's concerning more for the fact that a lot of people are watching it directly on Crunchyroll and they're getting the wrong translation here. I don't know. But I guess the thing here to know is that it is one of those kind of things of learn Japanese people, just learn Japanese. but a lot of people aren't going to be able to do that because, again, thankfully for me, even if I watched the Crunchyroll version, I would have probably questioned why he said brother. And then, again, Julius was looking shocked, even if it didn't show down here. That's stuff that I could pick up. I mean, brother is a very basic terminology that they'll use often, so I kind of have it ingrained in my skull. Again, I noticed him actually verbally say it when I read this initially. So I think you could still pick up the stuff, but there is a concern here for a lot of people that don't really want to invest that much time and get those little nuances that will pick up in your ear as you're watching it. But it sucks for anybody that's not going to be able to do that because they're going to completely miss this context. This seems extremely important. So I don't know. I really do hope that, and again, it's another reason why I'm making this video is I don't typically want to nitpick the stuff, but I hope that word gets out there, at least to whoever is, running their translations and whatnot, that they take another eye to this whole situation. Because even with this whole situation, this person's also pointing out another situation here where Otto is literally pointing out that, yeah, I caught this when I watched the show. In the Crunchyroll release, it says, I thought I remembered the Archbishop of Gluttony going by a different name. And again, in the Muse version, he didn't say that. It says, so he must be a different one from the Archbishop of Gluttony that was seen at the city hall. Again, in the context of this scene, it goes on to talk about the fact that there is more than one of these individuals. Again, Otto, in the first half of the season, literally looked over there and said, he looks a little different. He's acting a little different. This is a different one. He's pointing out there's two, maybe more, of the Archbishop of Gluttony. There's more of you. And yes, that's when the Archbishop kind of turns around and says, you don't just know us, but you know every one of us. Like, he knows more than me. He always talks as if he's talking about multiple selves. Us. Rather than saying me, he's saying us. He knows that there's more than one of himself. And Otto is putting this together. So why would you say, I remember another one by a different name? Yes, it still has the same context here, because he is now meeting a different one. He's meeting Lyle. He's not meeting Roy. So it still has the same context here, but it's just weird that he's kind of placing it that way. This is less of an issue here, but this part is the part where I'm like, why would you miss this? Why would you miss this? So anyways, that's all for me to say. Keep an eye on this stuff. Be very careful the translation sometimes, because again, there's some stuff here that's completely missing context, and I think this stuff right here kind of ruins the experience quite a bit. So I don't know, maybe follow individuals like this. Again, I'm not going to nitpick on a lot of this stuff. This one's not a really big deal. And I've seen other ones in other cases where people are pointing out stuff and I'm like, that's not really that big of a deal. The context is still there. This stuff, this seems huge. This seems very huge. And again, it's one of those cases where when I've seen it, I'm like, holy crap, this is kind of open up a can of worms. And it makes me concerned of, like, again, possibly running into a character like Rim. I don't know. But we'll see. Anyways, I want to get on here and point this stuff out so you guys know and keep an eye on this stuff. If you guys want to know, like I said, there's technically other releases. There's other releases from groups like Muse that have a much better translation. If you're a diehard, you might want to look into methods of getting those instead of watching on Crunchyroll. I hate saying that stuff. I don't like to support piracy, but at the same time, I what can you do sometimes when you're this invested into a story like I am, and there's other individuals that are like that as well, other than myself? It's something that you kind of want to look into. Anyhow, I just want to get on here and mention this whole situation so you guys are aware of it, because I know some people aren't watching my video for ReZero, which shame on you. For those individuals, or you just hadn't had time yet. For those individuals that don't watch my videos, still get this information. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button down below. If you like this content, you want to support channel more, I have links in the description below. Greatly appreciate it. Until next time, y'all take care.